Very good. So let's think in terms of that, because I want you just to observe who you are. I don't know you, but here's what I know about you. There's certain types of people who come to seminars and workshops and not focused on entertainment, but focused on discovering how they can begin to expand the level of impact with their lives. Is that you? Raise your hands, please. When you think about sporting events, musical events, thousands of people show up, far greater than the numbers that we now have here. But when you think about discovering the truth about yourself, when you feel within yourself, this just can't be it. Have you ever had that feeling? That this just can't be it. I remember I was working on this job and I was treated so unfairly. And I didn't quit because I had a family, I had bills, I had responsibilities. But there was something nagging at me that said, and write this down, I want you to take some good notes from me and from Ona. Wherever you find yourself, at some point in time, you made an appointment to be there. Wherever you find yourself, at some point in time, you made an appointment to be there. That where you are right now is a result of the thinking that you have. But that only represents your potential. It's not the true representation of who you are and what you're capable of. And this Les Brown that you see, for so long, I wasn't even aware of myself. Have you ever had a moment in your life that said, wow, I can't believe that I'm doing this? Raise your hand if you ever. Yes. And so that's when we get a glimpse of what Elizabeth Browning called the imprisoned splendor. We get a glimpse of our superpower. That's what I like to call it. So when we talk about world class, what does that mean? Let's look at that. People who make world-class impact in their lives. When you think about Dubai, it's a place that represents creativity, innovation. In New York, they have the Empire State Building. Empire implies dominant, but they didn't know about Dubai. Empire State Building used to be the tallest building in the world, but they didn't know about Dubai. My mother used to say, used to be's don't make no honey. The Empire State Building is no longer the Empire. So people who become world class, write this down. Continue growing. I want you to think about your goals and dreams. And people who become world class are like you. You continue growing. I'm still learning. I'm still growing at 75. I'm pushing myself. I'm asking the question, what's next? There's more in you. Continue to stretch and become a risk taker. Most people go through life playing it safe. And there's no safe position in life. Nobody's figured out how to get out of life alive. You gotta die to leave here. And so when you look at the tallest building in the world here in Dubai, Against the United States of America, you have the tallest building and so many other major things that the rest of the world look at with admiration. You've done things that take people's breath away, that leave them speechless. Give a round of applause for your greatness. Come on now, bring it up, bring it up. Yes, Ona, what would you like to say, please?
Don't forget the mall. He keeps forgetting the mall.
The largest mall used to be in the United States. But it's in Dubai now. I love it. Okay. The slide is not changing. What's happening with that? Okay, here we go. Now we are. All right, so let's go through what I want you to do.
Also, let's talk about the people, Dad.
Yes.
Their people are warm.
Yes.
And engaging.
Yes.
And that says a lot about who you are. And the fact that you invested in yourself to be here and to take your time, your energy, and your money in order to take your life to the next level, it says a lot about who you are. Turn to the person on your right and left and say, I'm glad you made it. Now turn back to the person on your right and left and say, cha-ching.
Cha-ching.
So I want you to dream big right now. And think about things that you want to achieve in your personal life right now, in your professional life, and think about your social contribution. Horace Mann said we should be ashamed to die until we've made some major contribution to humankind. I remember one day I was at my desk and Ona called me. And she said, Dad, are you busy right now? This is a good time? I said, yes. She said, what are you doing? I said, I'm at my desk. What are you doing? She said, well, I'm in traffic and there's a policeman in the middle of the street and he's waving traffic to come along and pass him. And obviously there's a funeral going on. Then all of a sudden Ona said, whoa, oh my God. I said, Ona, what's wrong? Is there an accident? She said, no. She said, a hearse just passed. And there was only one car behind it. It was a funeral carrying a body. Only one car behind it. She said, when I die, I want there to be a long procession of cars. When I die, I want the cemetery to be filled with people who will come out to celebrate my life. When I die, I want people to moan the fact that I've finally left to go to the other side. How many of you want to live an impactful life? Raise your hands right now. Fantastic. You shake someone's hand on your right and left and say, you can do that. So as you think about your goals and dreams, my major goal this year, after dealing with and dancing with cancer for 27 years, is to make that history in my life. I think about it, I'm watching my language, because your body hears everything that you say. So they say that the PSA, which stands for prostate-specific antigen, is 2,400. 1 to 4 is normal, so 2,400, you leave the doctor's office and drive and park in the cemetery. But for me, PSA stands for positively staying alive. I've been kicking cancer's butt so much that cancer rate in my neighborhood dropped by 97%. So that's the big dream, and I'm looking forward to coming here, but I'm not gonna wait till the end of the year. It will be out of my body before the end of the year on a personal level. And the other thing is training messengers of hope. Every 42 seconds, someone commits suicide. Every 42 seconds, someone has given up. So my goal is, you learn, you earn, you pass it on. What I love about being a part of world-class speakers, it enables me to have a larger platform to reach more people, to impact lives, to train messengers of hope. Write this down. When there's hope in the future, that gives you power in the present. How many of you like to be a messenger of hope? Raise your hands, please. Very good. And that's the goal of world-class speakers. Having events, having experiences that will teach you how to use your story and your knowledge and your experiences strategically to orchestrate an experience that will give people hope. Owner, I want you to talk about the next point. Dream big, and let's go to number 2, you.
The U stands for unstoppable. Let me hear you say unstoppable. Ladies and gentlemen, there are going to be times in your life when you're working on your dream and all heaven breaks loose. Everything that can go wrong will go wrong, and at the worst possible time. How many of you have ever been in the storm of life and had all different challenges coming at you from all different directions? That's a part of the process. Let me say a part of the process. And so we know that the reality is we have to be unstoppable and be relentless. That is Exhibit A. He was given a 3 to 5 year prognosis over 27 years ago. He was told by the doctors, you have 3 to 5 years to live because of the cancer that's in your body. And he said, you know what? Doctors give you the diagnosis, but God gives the prognosis. And so I'm deciding to live. So I'm so proud of my father because he fought to be here. Every single day we started juicing organic vegetables and feeding life to the cells, and prayer and meditation and creating a healing environment and doing the things that we needed for him to do in order to be in this thing called life. You have to fight for your dreams sometimes. There are going to be moments when you feel like giving up and you feel like throwing in the towel, but the reality is if you're not willing to fight for it, it won't happen. Repeat after me. Life is a fight for territory. And once you stop fighting for what you want, what you don't want will automatically take over. So the question is, are you willing to fight for it? Are you willing to work day and night for it, to give up your time, your peace, and your sleep for it? Will you be unstoppable when you're facing your dragon, when you're facing those moments of wondering, is this going to work? Will it make a difference? Is this my multi-billionaire year? Or my billionaire year? Will I make an impact on others' lives and save and be an example of leadership and hope for my family, for my community, for my country? And the answer to all those questions lie in you. Let me hear you say, I'm ready. I'm ready. Say it with some energy. Come on, I'm ready. I'm ready. Which takes us to the next point. What is the next point, Mr. Brown?
The next point is believe. You must believe in you. You must believe in your dream. You must believe in your ability. Life will present you some situations that will intimidate you. I was invited by a guy named Dexter Yeager to speak to his organization. And he said, Mr. Brown, I had a choice between you, Robert Schuller, who was very popular at that time, Dr. Norman Vincent Peale, who wrote the book, The Power of Positive Thinking, and many others. He said, I want you to come and speak at my event. But he didn't describe it to me at all. He just told me he wanted me to come because he heard a message I gave called You Gotta Be Hungry. And so they drove me to this event in Atlanta where I now reside. And when they drove in, I'm looking at the stadium and they drove underground, so I'm thinking that I'm going to speak to around 500 people. And so I was in the dressing room waiting for them to come get me to go on stage in the banquet room. And one of the guys there said, what is it like? to speak to 80,000 people? I said, I don't know. He said, you don't know? I said, no. He said, come with me. He said, look out there. I said, uh-huh. He said, that's who you're speaking to. I said, you're kidding. He said, yes. I said, oh my God, where's the restroom? I had to go to the restroom. I had to do number one. I had to go to the restroom. And so they called my mentor, Mike Williams, because they called several times. Les Brown, they're stalling. They need you to come out of the restroom and come on stage. And so I said, I can't think. Have you ever been in a situation where you just couldn't think? Raise your hand, you know, something happened. I said, I can't think, I'm trying to get myself together. He said, call Mike Williams. Mike Williams, write this down, The Road to Your Best Stuff. He's been my mentor. He's the guy who saw this Les Brown before I saw him, The Road to Your Best Stuff. I wrote the foreword. So Mike came and he said, Brownie? I said, yes. He said, what's going on? I said, Mike, you got 80,000 people out there. Brownie, you're scared, aren't you? I said, yes. I said, I can't hear the voices. He said, Brownie? I said, yes. Can you hear me? I said, yes. You didn't come to see them. They came to see you. Say to yourself, Brownie, I got this. I said, I will. He said, no, say it now. I said, I got this. Say it with conviction. I got this.
I got this.
Everybody together say, I got this.
I got this.
Think of some obstacle that you have to overcome. Say, I got this.
I got this.
Think of some fear that's been trying to intimidate you and say, I got this.
I got this.
Think about something that's been blocking you and say, I got this.
I got this.
And I said, I got this. He said, good. Now come out of that restroom, get on that stage and make your mother proud. I said, Mike, don't use my mama on me. But when he spoke, he intensified my belief in myself. When he spoke, he reminded me why I was there, why Dexter Yeager selected me because of my ability to speak. And I said now to myself, I can speak to them. I can do this. And as I was going up on stage, I remember they gave me the mic and they pulled the curtain out and said, it's your time, Mr. Brown. And all I remember is when they gave me the microphone. I want you to write this down. Les Brown speaking in the Georgia Dome. Les Brown speaking in the Georgia Dome. You see me speaking before 80,000 people. I was so frightened, I don't remember the speech. When I see it with people, I say, wow, look at him. I don't remember any of it at all. I wish I could remember looking out on the audience like I'm looking at you now. I wish I could remember what I felt like and what was going through my mind and how I used my story. But there are certain things that you do, and write this down. It's in you. That it's in you. That when you are selected for something, that it's in you. I had to get out of my head and into my heart. And where your heart is, there your treasure is also. There are things in your heart that will guide you. I remember when Muhammad Ali, when he was boxing, and many of the millennials don't know anything about him, and he was knocked down. And for the first time, and sports reporter asked him, why didn't you just stay down for a while and gather your thoughts? And he said, I looked around and saw where I was, and in my heart I said, a canvas is no place for a champion. So I got back up. Let me tell you something up in here. When you're going through some stuff, I want you to know whenever you're in a situation and you feel over your head, what is ever over your head is under Allah's feet. Come on, somebody. It is something that you can handle. There's a presence, there's a power in you that you're not even aware of right now. Dr. Howard Thurman, come forward. He said there's something in each and every one of us that waits and listens to the voice of the genuine in yourself. And if you cannot hear it, all of your life, your days will be spent on the ends of strings that somebody else pulled. You're here. You waited, some people left, but you're here because something in your heart of hearts said, nobody's gonna pull my string. You're here because something in your heart that says, I'm gonna control my own destiny. You're here because you know that you have the ability to do more, to have more, to express more. You are here because you are ready for a major breakthrough. Let us say together, cha-ching! It's my time! And I'm bringing it in. Give yourselves a round of applause. Come on, bring it up, bring it up. Yes,
Which takes us to the next point, and that's accountability. Let me hear you say accountability. Accountability. Say it with some energy, accountability. Accountability. You want accountability partners in your life. One of the things that Dad said earlier is, and he's been teaching this for over 40 years. I mean, he served at the Lord's Supper. So it's been a long time. I want you to say OQP. OQP. Only quality people. Only quality people. So you want to watch the type of people that you allow around you as you're building your goals and your dreams, as you're working on multiplying your finances, as you're developing yourself as a leader, as someone who is taking life on full out. You want to have people around you that inspire you, that uplift you, that encourage you, that take you to the next level of your greatness. You want to know why we hang out with Kane and Alessia? Because they are quality people. They are first-class, world-class speakers, and they help to empower others. So we value Kane and Alessia, our relationship with them, and we work with people that stretch us, that sharpen us, and help us to grow. Repeat after me. If you're the smartest person in your group, you need a new group. Yes. So you want to be around people that sharpen you and help you to grow into that next level of awareness, and that push you and hold you accountable to what you say you want. How many of you know sometimes what we say we want and what we actually do is very different? And so closing the gap on our action steps, closing the gap on who we have around us and what they bring to our lives, and what does this relationship do to me? And who am I as a result of this relationship? So make sure that you have powerful accountability partners, people that you know can be there and believe in you when you have rough days. And there's a challenge sometimes when you have someone around you. How many of you know sometimes you have to have someone that'll believe in you until your belief kicks in? Yes? So people that can speak life into you and encourage you in those moments when you need it the most.
Thank you, Ona. Ona, you're coming up in my territory up in here. Give her a round of applause. I'm looking and I'm laughing at Ona because I remember Ona and I and my son John Leslie, they were speaking in Detroit and they were just learning to speak and I was teaching them. And they had these notes that they always carried with them. And so I said, man, look at your notes for just a moment, please. And they naively gave me the notes and I pulled them up. I said, what are you doing? I said, today you will hear the voices. So Ona got to the podium and she looked up as if to say, voices, do the cat have your tongue?
That wasn't funny. I really needed those notes. So I thought at that point.
Yes, okay. But they went through it. They believed in themselves. I was holding them to a higher standard. And as you think about your goals and dreams, what the I stand for in Dubai, Ona? Do you remember? Put it up there, please.
It's implementation of the
Implementation.
information.
Yes.
Because oftentimes people come to these conferences and they get a lot of notes and they learn a lot of things, but they don't implement what they know. Yes or yes? If you're guilty, just blink your eyes. We'll see you. Just blink your eyes like this.
Yes. So what you're doing now, write this down. It's better to be prepared for an opportunity and not have one than to have an opportunity and not be prepared. So I remember one of the major goals that I had. I wanted to become involved in broadcasting. And Mr. Washington, he challenged me, this high school teacher who saw something in me that I did not see in myself. And he said, Mr. Brown, what do you want to do with your life, young man? And tomorrow we're going to be going in further depth. We're going to share with you a lot of things we could not cover with the limited time that we have now. I said, I want to become a disc jockey. And he said, why? I said, I want to take care of my mother. I want to buy my mother a home. He said, very good. He said, you got to be hungry. I said, what do you mean by that? And write this down. People that are hungry are willing to do the things today others won't do in order to have the things tomorrow others won't have. People that are hungry invest in themselves. People that are hungry are willing to do the things today others won't do in order to have the things tomorrow others won't have. He said, Mr. Brown, work on your mind. You don't get in life what you want, you get in life what you are. Mr. Brown, invest in developing your communication skills. This is why world-class speakers is so important. Because once you open your mouth, sir, you tell the world who you are. Mr. Brown, he said, upgrade your relationships. Who you run with will determine who you end up with. And I said, yes, sir. And then he said, go out and make it happen. I told him I wanted to get involved in broadcasting and practicing the principle of relationship capital. He gave me his card. He said, go to WMBM radio station, Milton Butterball Smith. I trained him, tell him I recommend you for a job as a disc jockey. I said, yes, sir. I went to the radio station on Miami Beach. Hello, Mr. Butterball. How are you, sir? My name is Les Brown, sir. I'd like to become a disc jockey. He said, young man, you have journalism in your background. No, sir, I don't. You have any broadcasting experience at all? No, sir, I don't. But let me audition for you, sir. Let me show you how good I am. He said, no, we don't have any job for you. How many have ever been rejected before? Raise your hands, please. I was devastated with rejection. I went back and I said, hey, Mr. Washington. He said, no. He said, don't take it personally. Most people are so negative, they have to say no 7 times before they say yes. He said, you gotta be hungry. Go back again. I said, I'm hungry, sir. I went back again. Hello, Mr. Butterball. How are you, sir? My name is Les Brown, sir. I'd like to be a disc jockey. Weren't you here yesterday? Yes, sir. Didn't I tell you no yesterday? Yes, sir. Then why are you back today? Well, sir, I didn't know whether or not somebody was laid off or somebody was fired. Nobody was laid off or fired. Now get on out of here. I came back the next day, talking loud, looking happy, like I was singing for the first time. Hello, Mr. Butterball. How are you, sir? My name is Les Brown, sir. I'd like to be a disc jockey. He said, I don't know what your name is. Weren't you here the last 2 days? Yes, sir. Didn't I tell you no the last 2 days? Yes, sir. Then why are you back today? Well, sir, I didn't know whether or not someone got sick or died, sir. He said, no one got sick or died. No one was laid off or fired. Now, don't you come back here again. I came back the next day, talking loud, looking happy, like I was singing for the first time. Hello, Mr. Butterball. How are you? I'd like to be a disc jockey. He said, go get me some coffee. I said, yes, sir. Write this down. Make no your vitamin. Make no your vitamin. You're going to face more rejections than you can ever begin to imagine. You're going to have setbacks. You're going to have failures. Make no your vitamin. Every no brings you a step closer to a yes. Be unstoppable. Dream big. Believe in yourself and your abilities. And hold yourself accountable to a higher standard. Don't be a wimp. Don't allow yourself to be intimidated. I kept showing up, and I became the errand boy for the disc jockeys. Write this down. Provide more service than you get paid for. People that dream big, people that want to become world-class speakers, they dream big, they are unstoppable, because Alyssa and Cain teach you how to believe in yourself, and your skills, and your ability. They hold you accountable to a higher standard, and they teach you how to do what Ike said, just do it. How many of you ready to do it? Raise your hands, please. And so, I was the errand boy for the disc jockeys. I'd go get their lunch and their dinner, and I'd stand in the control room watching them. Write this down. Provide more service than you get paid for. I was studying their movements, knowing my time will come. Now, repeat after me, please. I expect to win.
I expect to win.
Together, I expect to win.
I expect to win.
Speak it with conviction. I expect to win.
I expect to win.
Thou shalt decree a thing, and it shall be established unto you. I expect to win.
I expect to win.
And so one day, a Saturday afternoon, a disc jockey by the name of Rockin' Roger was drinking while he was on the air. He began to slur his words. When you have a golden dream, doors will open you did not see. When you have a spirit of expectation, eye has not seen, ear has not heard, nor has entered the heart of mankind what God has in store for you. When you have that expectation energy surrounding you, things begin to open up for you. And on this day, Saturday afternoon, I was at the radio station by myself, and Rockin' Roger, this disc jockey, this veteran, was drinking while he was on the air. He began to slur his words. He became inebriated. He couldn't complete the show. And there I was, 18 years old, looking at it through the control room window, walking back and forth, young, ready, and hungry. I was saying, drink, rock, drink. Drink, rock. I was going to get him some more if it asked me to. And then pretty soon the phone rang. It was a general manager. And I answered the phone. I said, hello? He said, young boy, this is Mr. Klein. I said, I know. He said, Rock can't finish his program. I said, I know. He said, will you call one of the other DJs in? I said, yes, sir. I hung the phone up. I said, now he must be think I'm crazy. I called my mama and my girlfriend Cassandra. I said, y'all come out on the front porch and turn on the radio. I'm about to come on the air. I waited for about 20 minutes and I called him back. I said, Mr. Klein, I can't find nobody. He said, young boy, you know how to work your controls? I said, yes, sir. He said, go in there and segue the records, but don't you say nothing here. I said, yes, sir. I couldn't wait to get old Rock out of the way and got behind that turntable. I said, look out, this is me, LB Triple P, Les Brown, your platter plant papa. There were none before me and there will be none after me. Therefore, that makes me the one and only. Young and single, love to mingle, certified, quantified, indubitably qualified to bring you satisfaction and a whole lot of action. Look out, baby. I was hungry. Shake some hand on your right and left and say, you gotta be hungry. Do that right now. Shake some hand on your right and left and say, you gotta be hungry. People that are hungry believe, always strive to get on top in life because it's the bottom that's overcrowded. People that are hungry dream big. People that are hungry are unstoppable. People that are hungry believe in themselves and their dreams and their abilities. People that are hungry hold themselves accountable. They don't come up with excuses. They take responsibility for their lives and the results they have in their lives. People that are hungry implement, execute. They make things happen no matter what. So, how many are going to be here tomorrow? Oh, I can't wait to see you tomorrow. Oh, tomorrow we will take no prisoners and eat the wounded. Oh, tomorrow. How many of you ready to become a world-class speaker? Raise your hands, please. Repeat after me, please. It's my time.
It's my time.
It's my time.
It's my time.
I'm a messenger of hope.
I'm a messenger of hope.
I want to make a difference.
I want to make a difference.
And I want to say, cha-ching! I want to make some money too. Give yourselves a round of applause. Come on, bring it into your life.